Good morning. Morning, Mayor. Good morning. Wherever. Good morning, everybody. Let's not act like we're at church and come up here and sit. We have to appropriately stage this for the TV and the media. Not that the TV aren't part of the media. I'll give you guys a chance to get up here in the shade where it's nice and cool. The governor and I were doing rock, paper, and scissors for the far end seat there. He obviously won and got in the shade. Come on in, folks. Come on in, folks. Let's go ahead and fill this in. Come on, come on, come on. The water's warm. Come on in. We're not doing free testing today. Well, good morning. It's a pleasure to be able to join with this entire group of folks today to talk about an amazing new expansion here in Little Rock, Arkansas. We have a whole host of folks that are going to be speaking. And so I want to introduce you to the executive director of Arcana Laboratories. Dr. Chris Larson joined Arkana in 2009 after graduating from medical school here at UAMS, completing anatomic pathology residency then at Emory University, and then also completing a renal pathology fellowship at Arcana Labs. He's developed and directs the molecular genomics lab and directs research activities, as well as being instrumental in many facets of practice management at Arcana Laboratories. He's an avid researcher who's been instrumental in explaining the complexities of gene risk variants, which we're going to spend an hour and a half on in just a few minutes, and their effects on the kidney, as well as describing a previously undiscovered kidney disease. And he's got a whole host of things that he's been published on that I can't pronounce. And so, without further ado, the executive director to talk about today's expansion announcement, Dr. Chris Larson.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Well, good morning. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate Arkana, the people, the mission, and the expansion that we expect over the coming years. We have guests here as well as new people to Arkana, who I know several people who have joined us just in the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to start by telling a little bit about the story of Arkana, where we came from, and so I think that will provide a greater appreciation of where we plan to go. So Arkana began in 2001. Its formation was driven by Dr. Patrick Walker, right up here, who had a passion to provide kidney biopsy diagnostic excellence that was an order of magnitude better than you could receive anywhere in the world. And I mean it. I mean, if you know Pat and you have spoken with him, he wants the very best care that's possible for every single patient. Not just a little bit better, but the very best that is possible. So the world agreed, thankfully, with Dr. Walker that these patients with kidney disease deserve the very best diagnosis that we can give them. And so from all across the United States, biopsies started showing up here in Little Rock at Arcana Laboratories. And that first year, in 2001, they had just over 500 biopsies. And I was not here at that point in time, but I'm told everybody was just ecstatic that we had that many biopsies to process. But, you know, we kind of smile at that today because we'll process that many easily in many weeks today. And this year we plan to process more than 24,000 kidney biopsies from 44 states. In fact, it's estimated that about 40% of all the kidney biopsies performed in the U.S. end up right back here at Arcana Laboratories. In 2014, the Neuromuscular Pathology Service was started with that same passion for excellence. It was run by Dr. John Wilson, back there in the back, who had the same passion as Pat for diagnostic excellence and the same result. These biopsies started showing up from across the United States. So Dr. Walker certainly inspired this, but I do know that he would agree that it's not possible alone. He couldn't have ever done this alone. That the real story here is the story of teamwork. And we've always been a group of people, a diverse group of people with many different skills and talents, passions coming together for a common purpose. In 2001, that was a team of 5 people, and today it's a team of 155 people. Many of you are here today. So we're planning for more growth in the future, and we're planning to accomplish that growth by focusing on 3 things: our people, infrastructure, and research and development. We hope that by the end of this year, we'll be fully staffed with 170 people and anticipate adding 74 positions before 2028. With regard to infrastructure, we've purchased the building here behind us. We're planning an addition to it, as well as remodeling of the building so that it can fit the purposes and the mission of Arkana. The R&D program is what enables us to discover and validate precision diagnostics, to continue to provide that world-class care for years to come. Arcana has received notification from the NIH just in the last 2 weeks of an intent to fund 3 separate small business grants totaling more than $2.5 million. We know that people across the U.S. are going to continue to hear about Arcana Laboratories, and we want to be ready with the staff, the facilities, and the advanced diagnostics so that we can serve every one of those patients that comes to us. So the team here at Arkana, we make an impact every day. We do it the vast majority of the time from behind the scenes. We kind of lay low and stay out of the limelight. But today, we wanted to take a moment to celebrate and to pause, just to celebrate the accomplishments thus far, as well as the potential that we have in the future. So thank you for joining us to celebrate Team Arkana and for your support for making it possible for this mission to thrive in Arkansas. So we're honored today to have Governor Asa Hutchinson with us. Governor Hutchinson is the 46th governor of the state of Arkansas, and under his economic development policies, almost 120,000 more people are working in Arkansas than when he took office. Yes, that's impressive. So please help me in welcoming Governor Hutchinson.
Thank you, Dr. Larson. I cannot match you in any way in understanding renal technology and research and what's going on behind these doors. But I can tell you I do understand economic growth. And that's what, to me, this represents in the right area of providing services, new technologies, new medical services right here in Central Arkansas. And so I love it, and my team always knows that I like superlatives. Tell me what this means in context of history and context of growth. And whenever you are creating with your team the largest renal pathology lab in the country, that to me is a superlative worth celebrating. It's always good to be with Mayor Scott. I appreciate his support of this type of investment in his community. Shortly, but I want to emphasize the transition that was made in economic development under his leadership since I've been governor. And part of it is we don't want just to recruit manufacturing facilities to Arkansas. We want to be able to expand our economy and recognize that our economy is based upon tourism, it's based upon agriculture, it's based upon our military installations, and it's based upon new technology jobs that are represented here today. And so our economic development support goes to not just traditional manufacturing, but it's broad-based to those that are going to create jobs for the future. And that's why in the 4 months that I have remaining, this last year of my term as governor, I call it the WINS Initiative, where we concentrate on workforce development, infrastructure investment, and the N is for new economy jobs. And today we're celebrating new economy jobs that are high-tech, that are technology, that are medical services, that are needed in our future. These are the jobs that we want to create, and I'm very proud of Arcana Labs, the history here, the growth, the success of this, and the service, and the heart that you bring, that you care for each patient that you serve. Thank you. This is a great day to celebrate.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Secretary of Commerce Mike Preston. Secretary Preston was appointed Executive Director of the Arkansas Economic Development Commission in 2015 and to the Office of Secretary of Commerce in July 2019. He graduated, I noticed, from the University of Florida, but we won't hold that against him because I know he calls Arkansas home today. So please welcome Secretary Mike Preston.
Thank you, Chris. I thought you were about to say you're going to have me come up here and call the hogs, which I have done and will do, so good time to have Gators and hogs both in the top 25. You know, Chris, you mentioned you and your team, you like to fly under the radar screen, and I'll say you've done so. I live maybe less than a mile away from here and driven by this hundreds of times and didn't even know about the facility and the work that y'all were doing until we started working with y'all on this expansion project. But I think it is about due time that we come up here and celebrate and say congratulations to you and thank you for your team and all the work that Arcana is doing. So I'll be brief. I just want to come out and simply say a congratulations and thank you. So first of all, thank you to Arcana. Chris, Linda, who you'll hear from soon, all the work that you guys are doing. Thank you for the work that you're doing for patients not only in Arkansas, but as you've heard, all around the country. You're improving healthcare and thus improving the lives of people around our country. Thank you for the confidence that you have in Little Rock and in the state of Arkansas to invest and hire an additional 74 employees who maybe they're Arkansans, maybe they're going to move here from somewhere else, but eventually they're going to call themselves Arkansans. They're going to live here and be a part of our community. We're thankful for that. You know, Arkansas does have a workforce that is second to none in the country. And whether it be healthcare, advanced manufacturing, or the technology jobs, the new economy jobs that the governor referenced, we are a leader wherever we look in workforce development, and that's a product of this governor's leadership. So I want to say thank you to our governor for leading our state in these last years and creating a culture that is pro-business by balancing a budget while cutting taxes and increasing revenues into our state, increasing our reserves, and then creating a business climate that is now a leader in the entire country. It's allowed for the growth of 120,000 more Arkansans working today than in January of 2015 when he took office. And jobs like this are just the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be many, many more to come. So Governor, thank you for your leadership in allowing us this foundation to build upon. Mayor Scott, Little Rock Chamber, Jay, and the entire team, thank you for your partnership. Developing a community that reflects the state's goals and business climate and quality of life is paramount to our success. We only succeed as a state when we have communities that we can partner with and work with to make an opportunity like this to happen. So Mayor, Jay, Jim, the entire team at Little Rock Chamber, thank you for your leadership and your partnership. And of course to the AEDC and Commerce team. You all are the ones who go in and day out and work these deals and make it happen and work with companies and figure out these new opportunities and find great companies like this and work with them to help them to expand and grow jobs in our state. So the work that you all do as a team, I thank you, I appreciate it. I'm humbled to be a part of your team and work with you day in and day out. And then to our commissioners who are here and represented today, Johnny Meacham and John Wycliffe, thank you for serving on our commission. Appreciate your work. Yes, give them a round of applause. Your advocacy for economic development and for growing our state and your counsel, your guidance is very appreciative, and our entire team thanks you for it. So today we celebrate. We don't want that to be a little known secret anymore about this great company that we have right literally in my backyard. We want everybody to know about it, so we're going to celebrate it and talk about it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Frank Scott Jr., the 73rd mayor of Little Rock. Since his inauguration in 2019, Mayor Scott has worked to unite Little Rock's diverse neighborhoods through expansion of our economy, creating new opportunities for educational growth for students, improving the safety of our neighborhoods, increased police accountability, and improving the quality of life. Mayor Scott has overseen the creation of more than 7,000 announced jobs to date, a more than 100% increase over jobs created in the year before he took office. Please help me welcome Mayor Frank Scott.
Dr. Larson, it's indeed a pleasure to be here today. Before I give some brief comments, when you think about those 7,000, now 8,000 plus jobs, it doesn't happen alone. I'm a former football player, and I love the Dallas Cowboys, so that may get me in trouble. But when you think about football, you got to have a coach, you got to have a great quarterback, you got to have a great wide receiver and a running back, and always have a good defensive team. And so what you see today is the state and the city of Little Rock, the Little Rock Chamber of Commerce, who all works together for this state's capital city, for Central Arkansas as a region. And that's the reason why not only that we tout our great coach and Governor Asa Hutchinson and what he's been able to do in ensuring that the state of Arkansas is a pro-growth state. We're here to let you know that the city of Little Rock is a pro-growth, pro-development city, and that's the reason why we've had 8,000 new jobs, which is a historic feat. But it would not have happened without the leadership, without the partnership of Arkansas Economic Development Commission, Governor Asa Hutchinson, Jay Chester, Jim Cargill, as well as Vice Mayor Lance Hine, who represents Ward 5 here today. It's a team effort. And when you think about that, that's what helps make sure that the city of Little Rock is a catalyst for the New South. When you talk about growing, progressive, forward-thinking cities, we know now, whether you are a millennial, a Generation Z, or a seasoned brother or sister, it's all about quality in life and place. But when you identify where you're going to live, you want to now focus on a knowledge-based economy. And that's exactly what we have here today in Arcana Labs. It's a knowledge-based economy, but also to understand that many times elected officials, we talk about jobs and education, and we will always do that. But many times we don't talk enough about healthcare. Healthcare sustains our jobs growth. Healthcare ensures that we have educational achievement. And healthcare makes sure that we will be here tomorrow. And that's exactly what you all are doing right now in Arcana Labs. You're here in the heart of the city. You're doing great work. But most important, you chose Little Rock. And Little Rock is grateful that you chose us. We're even more grateful that you're now expanding. And that's what it's all about as we're building and continue to build a great city for tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Next up, we have Jim Cargill. Mr. Cargill is president and CEO of Arvest Bank in Central, Southwest, and the Northeast Arkansas. He's a member of the Little Rock Regional Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors Executive Committee and was installed as chairman in December 2021. Help me give a warm welcome to Jim Cargill.
It's a great day here. Good morning, everyone. We're just glad to be here to celebrate historic milestone in the history of this great company. Great to learn more about the company and the work of Abbott Labs, and it's just a great celebration today in the life of this organization. You know, as has been mentioned, it's always fun to go to these events, and we get to do a lot of them around here with the team that's here, but it's always challenging to be the last person to speak at the podium, so I just, forgive me if I repeat several things. But, you know, economic development strategy for the Chamber of Commerce is based on focusing on our existing business. You know, we realize that the thing that we need to do the very most is be sure we hold our existing businesses up and give them the opportunity to continue to grow and expand. And so you can see a representation of that here today with this announcement of expansion and more jobs with a great company that's been part of our local economy for a long time. The strength of our Central Arkansas economy is based on diversity, and it's a diversity in the different sectors that are represented in our community. We've had tremendous growth over the past several years, in particular in the area of manufacturing, transportation, logistics, financial services, and financial technology in a huge way. And of course, with today's announcement, we're adding to the opportunity to grow the healthcare sector, which has always been so critically important to this area of Arkansas, and yet even to the state. So as we think about economic development strategy going forward, we will think even more about the opportunity to support organizations in the healthcare sector to build a great quality of life in our local communities. You know, there's a whole lot of work that gets done every day around Central Arkansas by great companies that are all over, and their stories are tremendous. The story of this organization having the achievement of being a world-class, largest renal pathology lab in North America is just incredible, and what a powerful message that sends to attract great talent to our area and to take advantage of the people that call Central Arkansas home every day to be a part of an organization like this. I also want to appreciate the great team. We talked a lot about teams already, so I'll continue that. But the team represented by, of course, our chamber team with Jay Cheshire at the lead there, Mayor Frank Scott, the team member from the city, and our team members from the state, Governor Hutchinson and Mike Preston, and then all of you in our Arcana Labs and your leadership. What a powerful team, and economic development is a team sport, so go team. We're prepared to continue at the Chamber, to continue to support anything that is needed here at Arcana Labs to grow and expand your operations, and we sincerely appreciate all the work that's been done to get us here today. So thank you very much for being here.
So we do have one final speaker today. The last speaker is going to be, we'll be hearing from is Ms. Linda Sims. And Linda serves as the administrative lead in Arcana's electron microscopy laboratory. She's been working at Arcana since 2006. And last year, Linda won one of our Values Award. We have an award for the freedom to fail, and she won it for finding a solution to extracting beam capsules from our resin blocks after the company that had manufactured these in the past discontinued production. So we're thankful to have her on our team for sure. Please help me to welcome Ms. Linda Sims.
I've been provided an opportunity to express what Arcana's mission means to me. I'll begin with the mission: to improve patient care by advancing, understanding, and providing world-class diagnostics. What does the mission mean to me? Commitment. Commitment to the patients we serve and their loved ones. Commitment. Commitment to the idea of enhancing my skill sets whenever possible. Commitment. Commitment to being the best I can be each day. That's who I am. That's who we are. And that is what the mission means to me. Thank you.
Well, guys, this has been really an honor for us at Arcana on behalf of everyone here. I just would like to thank all of our guests and this opportunity to pause and celebrate. I have one more favor to ask of all of you guys. For the Arcana yearbook, I'd love it if you guys could gather. If you all of Team Arcana gather on the front steps of the building as quickly as you can, and then I'm going to ask the speakers today to come and join us for a picture before they take off. So thank you again for joining us to celebrate.